And a school district orders students to turn their shirts inside out. Why? Well, the shirts have a U.S. flag on them, the school telling the students they cannot show the American flag on Cinco de Mayo. Outraged students taking the school to court, fighting for their First Amendment rights, but a federal appeals court ruled against the students, saying the school was justified when it ordered the students to hide the flags. The court saying the school may put student safety ahead of civil rights. Now a lawyer for the student says he will fight on. Lawyer Bill Becker joins us. Good evening, Bill.
Good evening, Greta.
You know what, Bill? I was stunned. This is a 3-0 decision against you. What happened to the First Amendment out in California?
Well, it's been gone a long time. Where have you been? No, this is ridiculous, where the American flag, which is posted right outside on a flagpole of every public school, is too provocative for students to wear because it might invite riots by quote-unquote Mexican students. This was a bad ruling, Greta.
Are the students on Cinco de Mayo, do they wear Mexican insignia or Mexican colors or Mexican flag?
They sure do, and not only that.
And I assume that's because that's a First Amendment right to do that, right? I assume that that's why they get to do that. It's a First Amendment right.
Of course it is. They're expressing their interest in their heritage. And that's perfectly acceptable, as it is for every American to express his or her patriotism. And what the boys were doing on that particular day were not trying to incite a riot. They weren't doing anything. They were acting silently and passively. They'd been there for 3 hours that day. There was no evidence at all that these boys were likely to start any kind of disruptive or disorderly type of activity on the campus. So what this... You know, what the Ninth Circuit's ruling...
It's weird. It's a preemptive, like, I mean, it steps on a First Amendment right preemptively without a problem. That's what's even more profoundly bizarre about it.
Well, that's the doctrine called the heckler's veto. And when you silence the speaker because you don't like that speaker's message, and you heckle that speaker, it isn't the speaker whose rights should be taken away. It should be the hecklers. And in this case, these boys weren't heckling, they weren't doing anything. But the vice principal, named Rodriguez, he was the one who decided, without any evidence at all that there was going to be any disruptive activity, to take it in his own hands to tell them to either go home or invert their shirts. And 2 of the boys ended up going home. The Supreme Court says that you cannot punish, a school can't punish students who are acting silently and not being disruptive in their peaceful expression.
All right, I understand they're going to the full Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals, which I think is 11 judges out there. You might as well just skip them and go right to the Supreme Court. If you got a 3-zip decision out of this court on the First Amendment on something so plain, I think, as that, you might as well just go right to the Supreme Court. Skip that full court.
Well, Your Honor, Greta, this is too important. We're talking about...
I don't get that very often. I'll tell you, and with that, I'm going to end the segment. I haven't been called that. Bill, thank you, and good luck. And by the way, warning to Americans, no flags on St. Patrick's Day. We don't want to offend any of the Irish. But anyway, I'll probably get in trouble for that one.
Hey,
Bill, thank you.
God bless America, Greta.